And hello there, everybody, and welcome to Spiritually Speaking with Lauri Albert. I am your host, Lauri Albert, and welcome to the show. Spiritually Speaking is an interactive show that embraces all things spiritual. Each week we discuss different topics relating to life or spirituality, all that sorts of stuff. I have guests, and I take your calls on the spirit line for viewers to be part of the conversation, or if you would like a reading, because I am, in case you don't know me, again, my name is Lauri Albert, and I am a psychic, medium, and intuitive, and I just love what I do. I also like to call myself a happiness seeker, because you can never have enough happiness in your life, right? The spirit line number is below, and that number is 818-835-5885. And if you'd like to call in for a reading, I would love to speak to you. I know and I've gotten, people talk to me this week about how, it's just a little nerve-wracking to call a show. But you know what? It is what it is. You know what? Maybe nobody will listen. So please don't be nervous to call me or to speak to me. Or if you have a question, you can always email me later if that's the case. So there you go. Tonight, my first thing that I want to talk about is spiritually in the news. So much to talk about. All these segments that I have. And at first, when I was sort of designing the show, I couldn't decide different sort of segments to put in. But then I started, spiritually in the news, But guess what? Spiritually, there's a lot of stuff. I didn't think that there necessarily would be, a lot of stuff to talk about. But there's a lot of positivity in this world. Happy times. I'm so happy to hear that, right? So that's fantastic. And guess what? We already have a call. So before we get to spiritually in the news, I will take this call. Hi there, you are live on the air with Lauri Albert. Who am I speaking to?
Hi, I'm Kathy O'Haver.
Hi, Kathy, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm doing great, thanks. Thanks for the call.
Yeah.
You were the first caller tonight, so what can I do for you?
Just calling to see if actually, just want to make sure my mother is okay.
On the other side, I'm assuming. Yes?
Yes.
Well, you never know, because actually when I sort of tap into the energy, sometimes I tap into live people's energy as well. So that's why I always like to ask.
Right.
I have to tell you, I sense this abundance of energy on your part. I guess I'm tapping into your energy first, but I'm just getting this abundance of energy on your part, meaning that you're an active person. Do you look at yourself as very active?
I have lots of grandkids, so yeah, I'm pretty active.
You have to be then, right? There's no choice.
Yes.
Well, I'll tell you what, what I'm getting is, and I'm starting to tap into your mom, and it's really interesting because I feel like that she loves that about you. I think she always loved your high energy. I feel like that, she always looked at you as this energetic person. And I'm just really getting that she just loves your energy. She loves that you're an energy type person. So I'll just give you that right off the bat. I'm sensing that your mom was actually quite, how should I say it? She was the type of person that always had a smile on her face. Does that sound like your mom?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I just get the sense, and I feel like I'm seeing and flowers. I really feel like that she got so much joy from flowers. So I'll just give you that. Do you know that to be true? Did she have a garden or something, or did she just enjoy flowers? Yeah. Go ahead. What?
Yeah, she had lots of flowers out in her backyard that she was always in. Yeah, she did.
Yeah. She's giving me these things so that we can validate, so that we can validate that it is actually your mom. I'm getting a sense of her just being in the I'm getting a sense of her being surrounded with flowers, and it gave her so much joy, which I love. And she's showing me her garden, and she's showing me like birds and stuff too. So I feel like that she was real into like the whole garden thing, with the birds and just the flowers and everything. So.
Oh yeah, birds. Yeah, they loved her, and my dad both love birds.
Oh,
yeah,
that's so great. Yeah, because I was seeing some feeders. Yeah. And what's interesting is that I've just recently gotten into hummingbirds. So she's showing me like that she and I have this sort of mutual hummingbird thing. But
yeah, I have a hummingbird thing. Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. That's so cool. So here's the thing. She wants you to know. She wants you to know that is precisely what she is doing on the other side. She is hanging out in this garden, and she's loving life. I see this huge smile on her face, and she's just joyful over there. I just can't get enough of the word joy. She feels so joyful to me, and just at peace on the other side. I think that there were a few things in life that, of course, I guess everybody goes through it. But everybody has a few little hard times there were some situations that were a bit difficult. But I feel like that all of that is in the past. She's made peace with. There's situations. I'm just kind of getting some situations with some family members that she was just. I don't think she was ever really like annoyed really at anybody. But there were some situations that she was just like a little not thrilled about. Does that sound familiar?
Yeah, I have a brother that hasn't talked to me since the funeral.
Okay, well, there you go. So she's not thrilled, but the reality is that she on the other side, she's just joyful. And she wants you to know that, because the reality is that all of these little stupid, and this is like coming from her. This is not me, okay, just so you know. But I feel like that she's like, don't sweat the small stuff kind of thing, Don't sweat this. It will all work itself out, and just live in the joy. I feel like that she's trying to give you the joy as well. So yeah.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
Yeah, since my mom has passed away, it's been real hard. She had cancer, and we lived through cancer together, and it's just been real rough on me since she's left.
Of course, absolutely. I mean, it's your mom, right?
Yeah.
But you know what though? She's coming in real strong as far as saying to you that there's joy, and she's showing herself standing there, and she's perfectly whole. She wants you to know that she's whole. I don't know if she had an operation that where they had to remove something, or whatever that was, but she's showing me that she's whole. I feel like you need to know that. She feels joyful. She's joyful on the other side. And again, she keeps throwing this out. It's like she's coming through me, and she's pushing it out to you, this joy. She wants you to have more joy in your life. So that's really what she's saying. So and like I said before, don't sweat the small stuff. All things work themselves through. So
I hope so.
Yeah, they do. I mean, the reality is, and you know what? It's interesting, because my topic for tonight is happiness. We spend so much time in our lives sweating the small stuff, and thinking about, or like worrying about this and worrying about that and worrying about this person and that person and all that stuff. But the reality is that we should be joyful. I mean, I wish you could be in my head, and I tell this to people all the time. I wish you could be in my head just for a minute, because your mom has this like big smile in her face, and she's just beautiful. I see her like with this white light around her, and she's joyful. So I will give you that. So
that's good.
That's great. So,
that's good.
Oh, yeah. Kathy, thank you for calling. I appreciate the call.
Thank you so much.
Sure. Have a great night. Take care.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, that's just so beautiful. I mean, when when I get to give a reading and somebody is joyful on the other side, it's so wonderful. It's so heartening for me. You know, I'm such in a lucky position, the position I'm in, to be able to read people, because I get to talk to their loved ones. And I want to say only every once in a while I get somebody that's like, oh, they're just not doing too great on the other side, you know, kind of thing. But hardly ever, you know. And it's just so beautiful that this woman has made her peace with her earthly life, and now she's able to enjoy herself and be at peace in the other on the other side. So that's great. Oh, that's such a beautiful reading. Thank you for the call. I appreciate it. So what a great way to start off the show. Oh my gosh, that's great. So I will give you the spirit line number again if you're just listening and you're not watching, because the number is below me. The spirit line number is 818-835-5885 if you'd like to call for a reading. Just so you know, I'm not accepting, a couple weeks ago we had some glitches. Mercury's out of retrograde now, so that's a joy. No more technical glitches, I'm hoping, right? But we had some glitches and we had some not so great people calling. So I am not taking any unknown number callers. So I hope that made sense. I hope that made sense. But so yeah, if it's a phone number, I would appreciate that. Anyway, so there we go. Okay, so I'm going to want to tell you about spiritually in the news. First of all, I want to bring up Hurricane Irma, right? Hurricane Irma has just devastated the East Coast, right? That's without a doubt, right? As have Harvey, right? But again, and I said this last week, we are seeing some real beautiful things coming out of that. Neighbor helping neighbor. We're seeing people that are they're just coming out of the woodwork. They're all like, you watch the news, you watch TV, and people are like giving the newscasters gas, because there's no gas down there, right? There's no electricity, no gas, no anything, right? But it's like they're helping each other out. And it's not even just the neighbors, like people are helping out news crews, which I thought was amazing, because it's good for us to see what's happening there, back when Hurricane Katrina came through, it was just the beginning of like social media. So word was getting out there in different ways. So I just thought that was fantastic. And then, of course, what did we see? I don't know how many of you saw this, but like apparently Kristen Bell was down there, right? Kristen Bell, she was the one in Frozen, hello. I love that movie, right? And she performed, she did some of the Frozen songs for some of the people at the shelter. How cool is that? Can you imagine being a little kid, scared to death because you're not sure if you're going to go home and your house is going to be standing, and then all of a sudden the girl from Frozen comes and sings the Frozen song, Let It Go? Oh my gosh. Seriously. I just think that's so positive and so happy and so up. And I just thought that was fantastic, So kudos to you, Kristen Bell. And kudos to all of the celebrities coming out and giving everything that they can possibly give, because some of these people have lost everything. So, it's just a beautiful thing. So trying to find the positive, right? That's what we do. And then, of course, spiritually in the news, obviously yesterday was the 16th anniversary of 9/11. And, again, trying to find the positive. There's always negative out there, and everybody will be willing to talk about it, right? But, geez, there's just such as I was discussing it with some friends yesterday, it became apparent to me, and I remembered back, because yes, I'm that old. I can remember that day like it was yesterday. There's such a feeling of solidarity, that we're all in this together. It was amazing, right? It was really bad, but it was really amazing at the same time. It wasn't so much neighbor helping neighbor, because it wasn't needed for that. It was, but in a different way, I guess. But there's such a feeling of solidarity and like a we are one kind of feeling. And I just think that is absolutely so beautiful. And I got to say, being a medium, you know, I grew up in Pennsylvania, I believe maybe, I don't know, maybe 20, 30 miles from Shanksville, and where the plane Flight 93 crashed. And I've got to tell you, the story of the flight just I will never forget, obviously, that. How will we ever forget? However, when I went there to visit my family, we drove up there. I really was dying to go. So we went there, and they had been building stuff, and you aren't allowed in the actual area where the plane actually crashed. So what I did was, we went there. It was like during the week, and it's this tiny, tiny town, right? So there was like hardly anybody there. If anybody, maybe there was 5 people the whole time we were there, right? It was just, there was nobody there. So I got to meditate, and you know, I just really got, I'm not going to get into like the gory details of what I got, but I got, again, a real feeling of solidarity between all of the people that were on the plane. Obviously there was a solidarity. And you know what? It was just, it was a beautiful feeling. It wasn't like I didn't sense any fear amongst anybody that I was able to pull up. But I was able to get a sense of calm and peace, believe that or not, right? I will tell you a story. This was really pretty amazing. When we were there, the security guard was there. And of course, you know, I'm doing the show, so you must realize that I will talk to anybody about anything, anytime, right? I mean, I just love to talk. I'll talk to your shoe, right? You know, so I'm talking to the security guard, and the security guard knows everything about the flight. Like, he knows these tiny little tiny things that the average Joe just doesn't know, right? And what he told us was that there was a man in the field just a little ways from where the plane actually crashed. And apparently he heard this loud noise, and he looked up, and he saw his reflection. Yeah, that's how close the plane was to the ground. He saw his reflection, and then he saw the plane crash. That's how close the plane was to the ground. And that really, right, well, first of all, it kind of shook me, you know, because as it would anyway, because that's a kind of a jolting kind of image to consider, right? But it also just made me know that it happened quick. And I really feel like that these people, I'll just go ahead and say it. I feel like that they were already gone before they crashed. So, I actually wasn't going to say that tonight. But, you know, I feel like that can make us feel a little bit better, because these people weren't in pain. There was no pain, right? That's just what I was getting. Okay. What I got. Other mediums might get other things. That's just what I got. And, you know, it was just, yeah, it was kind of, jolting, right? And just amazing. The stories. If you ever get a chance to go there, yes, again, it's in the middle of nowhere, but it's just an amazing site. So, and, so yeah. So if you're a medium, it's an amazing place to go, feeling the energy. So anyway, on to happier stuff, right? Okay. So, oh my gosh, you know, I really believe in synchronicity, right? So I knew last week that I wanted to talk about creating happy habits, right? Creating happy habits. That's a great theme for the show, right? Wow. Wait till you hear. And I've been saying this. Okay. So this is my 5th show, 6th show. Well, I've got to tell you that, Christopher Renstrom, he's like, I don't know. This is just amazing. So just wait till you hear this. Okay. So Christopher Renstrom from, rulingplanets.com. So it's rulingplanets.com. It's on the last slide of the show that I'm doing. So if you wait till the end, you can see his website there. His name is Christopher Renstrom. He's an astrologer. He's like amazing. Like, he's just amazing. So anyway, this is his weekly forecast. On September 13th, which is tomorrow, Saturn squares the sun for the last time before moving into Capricorn on December 19th. Okay. Saturn is the planet of trials and tribulations. And after 2.5 years of this being tested in the areas of life that pertain to your moral values, higher purpose, and social conscience. You can think of this last quarter as your final exam where everything gets summed up. Let's face it, it's hard to put your faith in a higher power when there is so much going on in the world that's negative and retrograde. Aleppo, Charlottesville, Buddhists killing Muslims in Myanmar. Saturn poses the question, is this about, this is the kicker, right? Is this about the absence of the experience of God, or is it about the experiencing the absence of God? That's pretty heavy, right? Is this about the absence of the experience of God, or is it about experiencing the absence of God? Really, really heavy, right? This is a really heavy week for this, right? Heavy questions, but that's Saturn turning into, or going into Sagittarius. Perhaps Saturn is getting us to shift our gaze away from the supernatural deity we hope is out there beyond the horizon to remembering that we were created in the image of something greater than ourselves. And here's the kicker. And that is up to us to unearth the divinity within. Okay? It's up to us to unearth the divinity within. Yeah. Hey, I did that without my glasses. I just realized. So yay. Really deep, right? Really deep. And that's a lot to digest, but let's pick that apart for just a minute before I get into the logistics of what it is I want to talk about. Okay, so 2.5 years. Okay, let's start with that. So think about where you were 2.5 years ago. Okay, for me, 2.5 years ago, it was actually 3 years ago for me. I had a radio show and I stopped doing the radio show, had some health issues, right? The health issues, nothing dramatic, right? But the health issues made me sort of step back from what I was doing and sort of reassess. And ironically, what did I talk about? My moral values, my higher purpose, and my social conscience, right? So where were you 2.5, 3 years ago? Were you considering any of that? I don't know. That's a question up to you. However, it's amazing to me because that's exactly what I was considering. I really was thinking a lot about my higher purpose. What is my higher purpose? That was my big, huge question to myself. And I'm so fortunate that I really feel like I found it in that I am a medium. And my higher purpose, I truly believe, is to inspire and to bring positivity into this world and bring messages to those people that are suffering or that are sad about their loved ones that have crossed over. That is my higher purpose, and I feel so strongly about that. I love what I do. I am, and I say this all the time, I am the luckiest person on the face of the earth. I really feel that because I get to do all these things that make people happy or give them peace. That's huge. That's huge. You know, and for me, that's a moral conscience, right? That's a moral value, my higher purpose, and social conscience. So, wow, that's what I've been considering for the last 3 years. So, again, Christopher is right on. And again, I'm still trying to figure out how I can get him on Skype and have us all have a a show together. I would love that, and I'm still trying to figure out how to do that technologically. So he's amazing, right? So anyway, so the reality is that there is a lot of negative stuff going on in the world, but we are also seeing positives, and that's exactly what I was talking about with the other stuff, right? So it's really pretty amazing. And I gotta say, right now, there's a huge call in the last couple of years. There's been a huge call. All the light workers seem to be finding each other. When I say light workers, I mean psychics and mediums and like real ones. Hate to say that, but there are people that do this and that don't have the right reasons, right, for it. They don't have the moral values, right? But there are a lot of us out there that have the correct moral values and are coming together, you know. And it's interesting because we're all finding each other, and I love that. I have met so many people in the last 6 months that it's just all about creating peace and love and spreading positivity in the world. So how fantastic is that? You know, we're so freaking lucky. So lucky. Anyway, so, so then I'll just skip to the last part, the last line of that, which is, it's up to us to unearth the divinity within. And that's the truth. It's all within us. We have to consider that. So isn't that beautiful? To me, that's just beautiful. It's up to us to find our own divinity. Isn't that amazing? I just love that. I love that. So at any rate, so that leads me to, of course, my topic for the week. Again, before I get into the topic, if you'd like to call in, if you have a question, or if you'd like a reading, I'm giving readings. If you'd like to call in, 818-835-5885. And that's my call-in number. And if you'd like to call in with a question or if you'd like a reading, please do so. And yeah, so anyway, so yeah, that's where I'm at as far as all that goes. But that leads me to the question of the week, right? Or the topic for the week, I should say. It's happiness. Let's create healthy happiness habits. Say that 3 times fast, right? Healthy happiness habits. How do we do that? How do we get rid of the negative thoughts, those negative things, you know, that little voice in your head that's like, you're not good enough, or you really, he's not into you. Or, you know, oh, come on, really? You're not pretty enough. Oh, look at that zit on your face. You know, I mean, come on. It happens. That's there. However, we can move past that, right? I'm going to take this call. And hello there. You are live on the air with Lauri Albert. Who am I speaking to?
This is actually Dolly. We've talked before. I don't know if you remember me.
Hi, Dolly. How you doing?
I'm really good.
Good. It's been years, right? I mean, years, right?
A couple of years, yeah. I talked to you right before I moved to Colorado, and we're coming up on 2 years now.
Oh, wow. How is Colorado? Oh, my gosh. Gorgeous over there.
Yeah, it is pretty.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. That's great. Is life good for you? Is life treating you well? I hope so.
It is. It's kind of why I'm calling. I am probably at one of the happiest times in my life.
Great.
Although I do have a couple of things that I'm really struggling with. So
okay.
Kind of wanted to see if my mom might come through and let me know that I'm on the right path.
Okay. So I see, all of a sudden, right when you said my mom, I saw this lady who was very bubbly and very lively. Does that sound like your mom?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's pretty strong.
Yeah, really strong. Like her energy's like bowling me over, which is fun. I love that. Don't get me wrong. I love that. I love when the energy is really, really strong. Really strong. And I'm seeing her with like curly hair. Does she have curly hair?
Probably when she was younger.
Okay. Well, her hair is, I can't really make out a color, to be honest with you, but I don't feel like I'm not feeling like it's like gray or anything. And she looks pretty young, to be honest. She looks maybe, and this doesn't mean that this is how old she was when she crossed over, but I feel like that she's maybe in her 40s or 50s. So, you know.
Okay.
Sometimes they come through at an age when they felt really good. So, I don't know. Well, I bet that's what they do. I don't know. There's no rhyme or reason to this, apparently. But she is full of energy. She is like, look at me. I'm already like kind of jittery in my seat. I don't know if you can see me, but I'm just like, okay. I'm moving around. I've got stuff going on. I don't necessarily think that she was hyper necessarily, but I'm just sensing this like a lot of energy. So yeah, I'll give you that. Okay. She is being, I don't know if she was the type of person that was really, and forgive me if she's come through in a reading that I spoke with you before. I hardly ever remember readings, and I apologize for that. So please forgive me.
No, I don't expect you to.
All right, thanks. But I don't know if she was the type of person that was really, was she rather direct with you?
Oh, yeah.
She's giving me some information and she's giving it direct. Like I'm feeling like it's really direct. So I'm just going to start talking and then we'll take it from there. Okay. She's saying you need to like, this is her terminology, not mine. Get off the pity pot. Stop feeling sorry. Was that something she would say? Would she say get off the pity pot?
Oh, yeah.
Good Lord. I mean, I haven't thought about that phrase in like forever. But she's saying get off the pity pot. You know what you need to do. Move, just get up and go and do what you need to do.
Okay.
So, wow. But she's saying that with love. Like she has a smile on her face when she's saying that. She's not being harsh at all. I'm not seeing like her being harsh. But I am seeing her being quite direct, right? And oh my gosh, she just loves you. She's actually telling me, well, obviously she loves you. You're her mother, but she's telling me she's like a mini me. So would you consider yourself sort of just like her?
We were very, 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 very close. Our birthdays were a day apart, so we were both Capricorns, and we were extremely close. Okay.
Because I feel like that she's very similar to you. I mean, you're very similar to her as well. Like your personalities were similar.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Because I feel like that you're kind of a direct person as well, to be honest. But,
probably to a fault.
Yeah. Well, hey, you know what? I'd rather direct people in my life any day than, somebody that lies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So at any rate, oh my gosh, she's making me so hot. Her energy is making me so hot. She is so strong. Okay, so let me get back to her. Okay, can you just, I don't, some mediums get names, some mediums don't, but I don't, just generally, but what is her name? What is her first name?
Norma.
Norma, okay. Norma, I love that name for her. Oh, it's like so fitting for her. I love that. Okay, so this is what she's actually sort of, I see her in a kitchen, and she's sort of dancing around. Yeah, I'm seeing her sort of dancing around in this kitchen. And she's laughing. And I don't know if this is a memory for you or if this is something that she wants you to just like sort of loosen up a little bit. Oh, my God, I'm so hot. It makes me really hot. And this is, wow. But I feel like she's dancing around in this kitchen. And kind of goofy dancing, not like jitterbugging kind of thing, but like kind of goofy dancing. Can you take that? Do you understand what I mean by that?
Yeah.
Is that something she would have done? Like, is that a memory of yours or?
No, I think she was so sick towards the end that she couldn't do any of that. But
got it.
If back when she was well, she would have just been goofy, Yeah,
sure. I really feel like that she is like loose and limber, and I'm just seeing her body like dancing. She's just loving, like, because I feel like that she was, obviously I said this before, she's a really lively person. So I feel like that maybe she wants you to know that up in wherever, she's able to dance. I feel like she's in the kitchen though. I feel like there might be some significance of that. So not sure what that is. I'll just give you that. And, I don't know if she...
Well, I can tell you this every time
by the way. She's not cooking. She's dancing.
Yeah, no, my dad was the cook.
So there you go.
But I can tell you this, every time she has come through, even with you and with other mediums, she's always very, very strong and very lively.
Yeah. Oh, she's great. Oh, her energy is so fantastic. But she wants you to lighten up. She's talking to me about, she thinks too much. This is what she's saying to me. She's saying she thinks too much. She's just like turning things around in her head, thinking about this and thinking about that and, all of that sort of stuff. And she's like, she needs to just stop, sit back and just let things happen the way that they're supposed to happen. Okay. So yeah, she's like kind of strong and direct about that too. So, yeah. And let me see what else she wants to say here. Well, I'll tell you what. She is talking to me. She's showing me. talk to her. Okay, let me just tell you what she's giving. I'm not going to ask you a question. I'm just going to give to you what she's showing me, like, and I'm not saying that this is absolutely your bedroom, but she's showing me a bedroom. And she's showing me, I feel like it's you, and you're in bed, and I don't know if you talk to her when you're in bed, or if you talk to her sometimes when you're in your bedroom. I feel like what she's showing me is, and I feel like this is you, like you're walking towards the bed, like you're walking in the bedroom and you're walking towards the bed. And I feel like that, and I don't know if there's something there that's a picture of her or something of hers that's right in there, but she's showing you, and she's showing me, wait, I'm saying that wrong. She's showing me you walking in the room towards the bed and kind of getting into the bed. So,
okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that's about. But, oh, you know what? Okay, she's furthering that along. She's talking about, she's furthering that along, and she's talking to me about dreaming about her. I don't know if you've had recently a dream about her or if you're about to have a dream about her, but there's something about dreaming about your mom, okay? So I feel like she's going to come to you in your sleep. That feels really strong, actually. So I feel like she's going to come to you in your sleep. So have you dreamt about her before?
I have, but it's only been probably 3 times since she crossed over 5 years ago. And the way that I know it's her is that the dream is super vivid. Like, I don't hardly ever remember my dreams, but when she's there, it's like she's in the room. It's crazy.
I love that. You know what that is? And I'm not going to like freak you out by getting too far into it, but that's actually probably astral traveling. Like, you're probably traveling, like, and your mom's probably, well, she is in the room, and you guys are probably hanging out while you're sleeping. Your subconscious mind, or your unconscious mind. I'm not sure which that is.
But it doesn't happen very often.
Okay, well, get ready, because I have a feeling it's going to be happening. Because I feel like that you have some questions that you might want to keep sort of private, I guess. But there's some questions that the two of you are going to be discussing in this dream. And I feel like that after this dream, you're going to have more clarity about something.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like that there's clarity coming. So I'll say that.
Good.
And I feel like that, what else does she want to say about that? Yeah, she wants you to relax, though. She's really strong about the relaxing and just allowing yourself to be and stop thinking so much, okay? And then when you're sleeping, if you can relax your mind, and obviously you're sleeping, so your mind is relaxed, but there's another form of relaxing your mind, I guess is what I'm talking about. So maybe meditate a little bit, that sort of thing, but get into that, get into a state while you're sleeping, like meditate maybe right before you go to sleep, and that'll help you go to sleep, and it'll help your mind, calm down, and that'll create the dream state that you want. And that's amazing, because that whole little thing I just said, and I can't wait to watch this back, because that was really kind of channeled, because I have no idea what I just said. So she really wanted it specifically worded, so it came down in, I feel like, to my body, and it came out my mouth. So yeah. So meditate before bed, get yourself into that really relaxed state, and talk to your mom and say, Mom, okay, I'm ready. I want to dream about you, and I want you to help me with this XYZ.
Okay.
And you guys will have that. Ooh, that is just so cool.
Yeah. I've been asking her a lot of questions with no, like you said, clarity, no feeling that she's, responding positively, which is what I used to get, but lately I just haven't. So, but you definitely nailed it with the thinking too much. My boyfriend's been telling me that for weeks. And
oh, no.
So.
No, let me ask you a question. Do you meditate?
I do. Sort of, like, just relax. I mean, I guess you would call it meditation.
Okay.
And I am walking right now. I do walk a lot.
Oh, that's good.
So,
okay. That's good. Okay. So just keep that up, and if you can, work on the meditation. If 10 minutes a day, you start out 10 minutes a day. It's simple, it's quick, and it will give you a level of clarity that that'll help with that clarity, I think so.
Okay.
So that
sounds great.
Oh my gosh, and your mom just loves you. She's with you all the time. Of course, I think you know that.
Yeah, absolutely.
She just loves it. She loves like being part of your life. It's like she's telling me that it's like she's part of your life in a way that she never really could while she was here. So that's kind of cool. That's
yeah,
cool.
definitely.
Nobody's ever really said that to me like that before, so I like that. That's good. So great.
All right, hon.
Well, thanks for calling.
So much.
I appreciate it. And good luck.
Absolutely.
Great. And let me know what happens with your mom and the dream and stuff. I'll be curious.
Definitely.
Thanks so much and have a good night.
All right. Thanks, Lauri. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. I just love having, I love spirits that are happy. I love having conversations with happy people. It's just, when the spirit is happy, it creates such a joy in me. I mean, oh my gosh, I just love that. So yeah, I love that. We can create happy anytime we want. And you know what? Spirit knows that on the other side too. We can create happy anytime we want. Boom. Okay? Healthy, happy habits. We can do that, right? Here's the point. Oh, and the point is that I've got another call coming in. So I will get to that after this. Hold on.
Right.
Hi there. You're live on the air with Lauri Albert. Who am I speaking to?
Hi, this is Julia Olson.
Hi, Julia. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Oh, good. Full disclosure, this is my sister-in-law calling, who I just love dearly. She's like a sister to me. So I shouldn't have even said sister-in-law.
Say what? It's okay.
You're sister-in-law. I should have just said sister.
And you know me very well, but what I'm calling you about, you don't know anything about.
Oh.
So it doesn't matter that
well, gee. Give me the test. Come on.
How are you doing? I love the show tonight. It's been really fun.
Thanks. I know it is a fun show, When you set the intention of it being a fun show, it's fun. So there we go. So what's your question?
Okay, this is a good one. Now, you don't know this person, but I have a friend who passed over just a little over a year ago.
Okay.
And it felt sudden, but it wasn't, he was ill for a while and we didn't know.
Okay.
So it was his birthday last Thursday. So I called his wife and talked to his wife, and she was very upset, obviously. And she, right before he passed, he asked me to keep in touch with her and check on her.
Aww.
And so I haven't been calling as much as I'd wanted to, but we did chat the day of his birthday, and she was just as sad as like it just happened.
Yeah. Well,
and so I just wanted to see if you could reach him at all and see how he's doing, because he seemed at peace when he was going, but I know that he didn't want to leave.
Well, I will tell you this, okay? Well, first of all, his energy feels pretty strong, okay? Have I ever brought him through before?
No.
Okay, yeah, because
when he passed, we talked after, but we were in company of children, so we did not get to discuss it.
Oh, right. Got it. Okay.
So we never got to talk about this person.
Okay. Did he have dark hair?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Dark brown, almost black.
Right. Exactly. Dark hair. Okay. Was he well, I don't know if this is how he normally was, but I'm seeing him thin, and sort of on the tall side. Of course, most people are taller than me, so it's hard to say that. But was he?
He was medium height. He was medium, not tall.
Well, taller than me, taller than you and me, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel really peaceful. This man is making me feel really, really peaceful, and that's good. Number one. Okay.
Okay.
He's telling me that. No, he didn't want to go. He didn't feel like, he sort of was in this place of, and I don't know if he spoke this out loud because he might not have wanted to worry people, but like he was in a place of like, this is so unfair. right? So that's what I'm kind of feeling like. He was in a place where he was like, this is so unfair, this is so unfair. However, before he passed, in between that time, because I think that was his sort of general way of being, went from the time that he kind of realized what was really going on until he passed, there was a shift, and I feel like the shift made him have peace with what was happening to him. And I want to say that there was maybe so he's telling me like maybe a week span. There's a week between the time that he sort of made peace with it and he sort of passed. Okay, so and I don't know if you were there that much at that time, but I feel like that there was like a week in between there, and he was able to just be peaceful about it, and he's telling me that was good because it made the people around him feel peace, because he wasn't agitated, and he was just like, you know what, this is just the way it is. And he made his peace with God. He made his peace with everything and everybody around him. He may not have verbalized it, but he made his peace with everything around it. That's really what he's telling me.
He seemed at peace. Yeah. His wife was in complete denial. She did not think he would die.
Yeah, that happens sometimes.
And she still is in shock.
Yeah.
Even though it was obvious.
Well, I have to tell you, what I'm really sensing is that he is around her a lot, and it's like he's throwing. You're going to laugh when I say this, but this is what he's showing me. It's like he's throwing. Why? I don't know if he was funny this way, but this is what I'm sensing. I feel like that he's got these balls, these sort of energetic balls of peace, right? And I feel like he's whipping them at her. And I feel like that he's like throwing down into the house balls of peace.
I don't know what balls of peace are, but they sound fantastic. I want some, but
I know,
he was a
right?
goofball.
We all could use some of that.
Yeah, I could use some balls of peace, maybe.
Does it sound like his humor?
He was a goofball.
Okay.
I really don't know. I really don't know what to think.
Okay.
Because there was so much denial going on through the whole thing.
Right.
Like, he just was one of those people that didn't get medical help.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it could have saved him.
Yeah.
So.
Well, let me tell you this. He is, again, like I said, he's throwing these balls of peace at his wife, and he's just like whipping them at her, because it's like he's telling me that if he was alive, or if he was alive in somebody else's body, basically, he would walk up to her and like shake her and say, just move on, please, just move on, because she's like not in a place where she's moving on. So
at all.
Yeah. Oh. And so, yeah. So he's saying that, he wants her just to move on. But I will tell you this. He's with her, and he's doing everything he can to let her know that he's there. I don't know.
He doesn't know.
Yeah,
he does not know that.
Right. Let me just say this, because he's not quite skilled at like turning the lights on and off and that sort of thing and moving objects. He's not quite skilled at maybe that, but he's doing whatever it is in his way. He's not really making that clear to me, but I feel like that he's doing whatever it is in his way to like make it known that he's there.
Do you see anything about dogs? Because the dogs slept with her the night he died and never did before.
Bless his heart.
And they've slept with her ever since.
The dog does sleep with her ever since too?
The dogs do. Now, since the night he died.
Well, dogs are like babies. They're like they sense everything. Dogs are like, they sense everything. So.
And she's saying that the dogs are saving her.
Of course. Absolutely. Oh, of course. Of course.
So I was wondering if maybe he told them to go in there because they always slept in this one room, and then when he passed away, they started sleeping with her.
Well, he may have. I feel like that are there two dogs?
Yeah.
Two dogs, because I feel like the one is more of sort of the dominant one as far as sleeping with her and being there for her. Like, does she have is one of those dogs like her sort of child kind of thing?
I think they were both brought home at the same time. They're brother and sister.
No.
So
I understand that. What I'm saying is, she closer to one dog than the other, I guess is really what I'm saying.
I don't think so.
Okay.
But
because I feel like the one dog
I'm not that close with her. I was close with him.
Okay.
So I don't know.
So this is what I'm saying. He is the one dog is more in tune with him than the other dog. Okay. So and the other dog is following that first dog's lead. Okay.
Okay.
So I will say that. And I feel like that he's doing everything he can to make it known that he's there and stuff. And I will tell you this, that if you want, I don't know if you've mentioned that your sister-in-law is a medium, and if she ever wants to come to me, I mean, I'm feeling his energy. His energy is pretty strong, so I feel like that she would, it would be a good reading. So
I'll tell her. I'm not sure how she'd respond.
Yeah.
Well,
some people.
But I'll definitely. We have a mutual friend that when he died, we were all very, very shocked and sad.
Sure.
And so on his birthday, I talked to her and I told her about you, and so she told me to let her know what you said.
Okay.
When I spoke.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So mention.
So I will
mention that about the dogs.
Okay.
Mention about the balls of peace, because mention that to her and see how that works.
So he's okay though. He's not upset.
Oh yeah, no. He's just
he was really wanting to be here. He was like, he was, he wasn't angry when he died, but he didn't see it coming.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I got to tell you, I feel like that was one that was trying to fix everybody and make sure everybody was okay, kind of thing. He was like that. And he's still kind of trying to do that on the other side. He's totally with you a lot as well. And he's showing me a rose. He's giving you a rose. So he's showing me that. Okay. Because you are doing the best you can as far as getting in touch with her. Okay, staying in touch with her.
I really wasn't, to tell you the truth. But
you know what?
My personal challenges as my sister-in-law, it's been going on. So I was kind of shielding myself from her because I didn't want to add to her life.
He gets that. Yeah. He gets that. Okay, so just know that. He gets that. He's not angry. He's not upset. Nothing of that. Okay? He is actually appreciative that you called her on his birthday. So. Okay? So I will give you that. So I'm glad you called. Thank you for calling.
I am too, of course. Thank you so much.
Sure. And you know what? Have yourself a great evening, and consider balls of peace flying at you.
Balls of peace, baby. I'm going to make a T-shirt.
Right? I love it. That's great.
I love it. Well, have a great night. Thank
Julia.
you. I love you. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, take care. Bye.
Bye.
She's so cute, right? Oh my gosh. And there's another call. Okay, I'll just pick it up. Hi there, you're live on the air with Lauri Albert, and who am I speaking to?
My name is Janice.
Hi Janice, how are you tonight?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. So what can I do for you?
This may sound like a really dumb question, but my mom's passed away 11 years ago. And since she passed, and she was like my best friend, we did everything together. I never got the sense that she is in a safe place or that she's with my dad. And I dream about the two of them a lot because they both have passed away. They passed away with a year and a half apart.
Right.
And I don't know. It's I just want to know like I said, this is really crazy and stupid, but
it's not.
I've always wondered,
no
like,
question.
I mean, I dream about her, but every time I dream about her, she's not, like, she's in the distance.
Okay. All right. So let me tell you a couple things based on what you just said. Okay. Number one, just because you don't see your mom and your dad together doesn't mean that they're not. Okay. Sometimes one comes in and the other one doesn't. And sometimes, and sometimes the person that sometimes I'll give readings and it'll be like pulling teeth to try to get the person that they really want to talk to come through, So the trick is to not make meaning out of it. You know what I mean? It's not like that you're loved any less by one parent more than the other, or it's not like, one person doesn't want to talk to you, that sort of thing. That's not what it means. It just means that person at that point in time is doing their best to, come through to you and give you a message. I got to tell you, another lively one. Your mom was pretty lively as well, right? I'm feeling pretty.
Yes, she was.
She was a lively one too. I'm getting all the lively ones tonight, which I love. I love that. She was another feisty one. I feel like that she's walking down the street. Was she a walker? Like I'm seeing her walking down the street.
Yeah, she loved to walk. Yeah, we actually used to take walks together sometimes. So,
okay, so maybe that's what she's referencing, because I feel like she's walking down the street and she had a route. And did she? And I'm seeing like that she had sort of people and animals on this route that she would see. Do you know that to be true?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah. Well, we had a dog growing up, and she used to take the dog for a walk every Sunday.
Oh, so then the dog would see other dogs probably. And okay, so that's probably what she means by that. But I just see her walk, and she loved that. Loved that. And I feel like
she loved to go for a walk.
At the end, I don't know that she was able to do that. Is that true?
No.
Yeah.
No, she wasn't. Yeah.
Yeah. But she's showing me her walking now to tell you that she is doing what she loves up there. Okay? So keep that in mind. Okay? She is so fine on the other side. She is absolutely, she is good. In fact, I don't know if she's not really telling me too much about like what her illness was, but I feel like it was kind of long. Was it long?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Okay. She was sick for about 8 months.
Okay. So. I feel like that. It was like she was, and I'm just going to say it this way because she was another blunt one, right? She was just blunt. She would just say stuff, right? She's like,
oh, yeah,
right? She was real blunt. So she's saying, you know what? I was so ready to go when it was my time. I was just ready. I was done. And I knew, and this is what she's saying, I knew that you were going to be okay, meaning you. What is your first name, Janice?
Oh.
Your name's Janice?
Yes.
Janice. She's like, Janice, I knew you were going to be okay. So I was okay with going. So I'll give you that. I feel like, it was tough. She's saying, it was tough on her, meaning you, right after I left, or right after I transitioned. However, I don't know if I'm seeing like a new relationship for you, whether it was a guy or a child or a dog, or did somebody new come into your life, like right after your mom crossed over?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I found a friend, like, not a girl at work, but, just someone that just happened to reach out to and, on Facebook actually. And we've gotten very, very close. So,
that's fantastic. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's great. So the reality is that she knows that lady is with you. That's awesome, right? So how fantastic is that?
Yeah, definitely,
so, And I really want to say, and I don't know if this is just her saying this, but she's saying, I had something to do with that. I helped them to cross paths. So that's what she's saying. But
it's funny because me and my friend always say that to each other, like something or someone brought us together, and I'm so grateful that that makes sense now that you say that. Yeah.
I think it was your mom that put you two together. That's great. And she's like, and I feel like that, your dad's on the other side as well, but I feel like that they were sort of, they were together, but I feel like that they were independent. Were they relatively independent?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Okay. So like she's doing her own thing. He's doing his own thing, and everybody's happy. It's just what she's telling me.
Oh. Oh, that's great.
I love that. That's a fantastic thing. She's over there doing her thing. He's over there doing his, and everybody's happy.
Oh, that's awesome. I love it.
That's fantastic.
Oh,
so just enjoy.
It was really great talking to you. I feel like actually this has helped a lot. I feel a lot better. Thank you so much.
Fantastic. Great. Thank you so much for the call. I appreciate
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.
Great. Now have a great night, Janice. Take care.
Thank you. You too, Lauri.
Okay. Bye-bye. Wow. There was some readings. Talk about spirit. I'm sweating like my makeup must have told me. So I love it. So that being said, it is 6 o'clock. And if you didn't get through, I know there was quite a few calls that didn't get to make it through. I apologize for that because I only get an hour. So please call back next week. I'm live at 5 every Tuesday. So please feel free to call in on Tuesday. And next week, I will continue because I didn't get to talk too much about happiness because it's like my favorite conversation ever, talking about happy. It truly is. So next week, we will talk about happiness again, and I will be taking your calls live. So if you didn't get through tonight, please feel free to call in next week, and you can always reach me. I do readings. I do readings a lot. So if you want to call and have a reading, you can go to my website, laurialbert.com, LauriAlbert.com, and all of my information is on there. You can join my my mailing list. And there you have it. I wish for you the best tonight. Thank you for spending an hour with me or spending however much time you did with me. And I appreciate every single one of you for being who you are. Have a great night, and everybody stay happy.
Thank you for watching Spiritually Speaking with Lauri Albert.